first. Oh my gosh.
Push it a little more. There you go. Well, Bobbi, we have one person watching. It's Sunday, and surprise, 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 Memory Bound is live. And Debbie, you're our first person to show up, and Bobbi's here. And welcome, Bobbi. She's doing our Meet the Staff today. And Bobbi, thank you so much for coming in on a Sunday, and thank you everyone for watching today.
Of course. Well, you scheduled me, so that's why I'm here.
Well, we did schedule. She is working today, and we thought this would be a good day. And Bobbi is somebody that you might not see during the weekday because she has what we call a real job. And so she's here in the evenings and on the weekends. And Juanita says hello, Bobbi.
Good morning.
And Robin says hello.
Hello.
So for a Sunday, we got people joining us.
Awesome.
And I really appreciate you coming in, Bobbi. I do love your shirt.
Thank you.
I have to mention, I love that color of the Memory Bound t-shirt. And someone else had that on, and I was thinking I need to get it too.
I made sure when I got some of our shirts that I stepped outside of the box and did different colors. That was just kind of like, okay, what's not in my closet?
Well, so there you go.
I can't be like Peggy where she did her colors, but this is just like different color, something
well,
fun.
It looks good. It looks good. So Bobbi's here on a Sunday morning, and today is another one of our Meet the Staff days, and everyone's been loving this, Bobbi. They just love learning about people that they talk to on the phone or see here at Memory Bound, and maybe we'll find out something that we didn't already know about Bobbi today. And Pat says, hey, y'all. And we got lots of people. Diane's here from California.
Awesome.
So
I was born in California, so
that's
even better from Los Angeles.
Well, tell us about Bobbi. Let's get rolling here and see what we can learn.
Alrighty, so like I just said, I was born in Los Angeles. I don't remember much, much of it, just because after, I guess, my first baby checkup, my mom and dad moved us to Hayden, Colorado, which is right outside of Steamboat Springs, Colorado.
Oh, nice area.
Beautiful area, and I don't know if anybody's tracking the news, but I'm hearing and seeing that Hayden and Steamboat are like #1 and #2 for snow right now.
Oh.
So we'll actually be going there in a couple weeks, and so hopefully some of it's gone, or I know the boys will be put to work shoveling for my dad.
So Bobbi, I love it how you said after your first checkup they moved. That's really funny.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I want you to know that Debbie's excited to see you because she got to meet you in person when her kids gave her a trip to Memory Bound for Christmas.
Yes, a couple weeks ago.
So you're memorable for sure.
Awesome. Well, yes. So kind of keep going. You'll see it on my blog. I moved to Seattle, Washington when I was 18 years old, and was actually a student trainer for the athletic department at the University of Washington. One of my most memorable things, and I should have brought that album, was when I was actually at the Rose Bowl. I was part of the Rose Bowl team.
Oh, that had to be so fun.
It was amazing. A lot of memories, a lot of great scrapbooking. I really didn't scrapbook then, but when I moved to Iowa, that's when I picked it up and was able to, of course, start shopping at Memory Bound and get it, all my stuff that I needed.
Bobbi, have you been shopping at Memory Bound since maybe day one or pretty close?
I believe
maybe
so.
Close.
I remember, not really you guys, because I lived in Ames when I first moved to Iowa.
Okay.
And so I remember the Ames store out by, I don't even know the name of the mall, but out by the mall. So I go out there and shop it. And then when I moved to Ankeny, it's rough being 5 minutes from Memory Bound and that. So you guys have been part of my engagement, my wedding, the birth of my twin boys. I remember when they were infants, I'd bring them here and I'd have free babysitters.
Bobbi brought 2 car seats in, and just because our daughter had singles, I know what it's like to haul around a car seat, but I remember she would bring in 2 car seats with these adorable little boys, and they would probably sit right here on these tables that we're sitting at today. They'd be sitting there, and everybody would be oohing and ahhing over those 2 boys, and loving seeing them.
Yes, and you guys loved on them, loved on me, and I was able to shop. I was able to add to my collection because obviously, as I'm going to kind of show you, sometimes when you have twin baby boys, or just twin babies or a baby in general, it's hard to keep up with scrapbooking, but you do what you can. when it comes to it. So my boys now, let's fast forward, they will actually be 13 on the 13th. So we've got Aiden and Bryce that are going to be 13 years old. And I don't know if you guys remembered, what was it, when during COVID, they were part of the candy cane testing. And a lot of memories.
We had, yes, if you saw that, these are the same boys. The candy cane, there was some weird flavors we got, like, what was there, dill pickle and
ketchup,
hot dog maybe, or ketchup. And Bobbi brought in her boys, and Katie brought in her boys, who are a little bit older, and they did the taste testing, and it was a lot of fun.
Yes, and they still talk about it. They're like, do you remember when you made us do this?
Oh my gosh. And Bobbi, there are new flavors now. I just got a flyer, and there are new flavors now on the candy canes. So.
Yes, so we'll have to do round 2 of that one.
We might have to bring it back next year.
Yes, I highly recommend it.
For sure.
So yeah, so that is my layout. I know Kelly zoomed in on our twin boys. Aiden is the one in glasses, and Bryce is the one next to him. And this is their first time that they actually remember flying, I should say, just in general. They flew to Colorado. So I am kind of excited to be back to my hometown. That's my husband in the background, not too impressed.
Here's her husband.
He's very serious. He is not a flyer, by all means. And so when you're taking boys for the first time to fly, they were not impressed.
You know what I see, Bobbi? I see your husband like kind of being blah, maybe not excited about having his picture taken. But look at those boys. They are loving. They're smiling and looking at the selfie, and they're probably used to their mom.
Yes.
If I know Bobbi the way I think she does, I bet they're in a lot of photos and they're used to having their picture taken.
They definitely are. They film my camera somewhat and whatnot. One thing that I did, I don't know if some people might have heard it when we talked here, but we did have a hamster at one time. Piddle.
Oh, yeah.
And Piddle had his own Instagram. We lost him a few months ago, but they were a little upset that Piddle's one would get more pictures on my camera
than they did,
and also they would get more likes on Facebook.
Pets do get a lot of likes on Facebook. Yes, that's for sure.
But I tell them these boys have a lot of love. Like I said, it also started here at Memory Bound with you guys, loving on them so that I could shop and just continue to cherish our memories that we have here. So
that is awesome.
So I just brought in a few of mine things, and I know have said I struggle sometimes when I look at even like Kelly's layout behind me and Peggy's, and I've seen some of the ones at the girls, but being a busy mom, it's okay to just get it on a page.
Bobbi, I think that's some of the best advice, because there's times maybe when people don't do things because they're worried they're not good enough, or they don't do a good enough job, or they spend too much time, and that means you don't have these treasures to look back on. So it's important to get your pictures done and get your scrapbooks so that you have your stories.
Of course, and that's kind of what we did. So this is when the boys were baptized. They must have taken a good nap, because this album is actually all done. And everything, so just kind of using different stickers and different
look at
things.
Those two littles.
I know, that's when they were cute, I tell them. And now they're, big and ornery, but, we had friends and godparents there with us, and it was just a simple, like I said, they must have fallen asleep to allow me the opportunity to get this album completed. So then we go to when we got a little bit bigger.
So there's the babies in the albums, and Bobbi, you've got them done.
I did.
So I think that is great.
Look at how cute they were.
Oh, here, let's show everybody this, because they do look at them right there.
They were fun, and they're fun at this age.
It's funny because on Friday Peggy was here, and she has twins, a son and a daughter, but they're a little bit older. They're in their 30s, and then here we have our next guest. Bobbi is here, and she has twins. So we got 2 twins here just at Memory Bound.
Yep.
2 sets of twins.
Definitely. So this is this took me a little bit of while to get in the habit of doing, and that's cutting our pictures in half. Like Kelly said, I take a lot of pictures, and it's hard to say which one do I want, which one don't I want. And when you've got twins, you kind of need them all. Because they're going to have to fight over this album or separate it when the time comes.
Oh, the fight over it.
Yeah.
They can bid on it.
Who's taking mom's stuff home? But it was just getting comfortable with cutting pictures in half and doing it quick and easy versus over here trying to figure out a big layout.
Okay, and Bobbi, can you turn your microphone off and back on?
Of course.
2 people that said we needed a mic check. So if you could let us know, and we don't have anybody here that can jump on and listen to see if we're okay. But go back to this page because I want to show people what you did on those where you cut your pictures.
Oh, there's a couple different ones.
So here, this I think is really clever because these are those pages, what do you call these? Pocket pages. I went blank, but I came back really quick. So here's like a 2 3x4 pocket pages. So she took her 4x6 photo and just cut it in half and then slipped them in there with some Lego paper. And I think that's really clever. I like it.
Yep.
And it's showing everybody a technique that we can use. So, okay, now sorry, back to wherever you were.
No,
I don't know where you were going.
Nope,
oh my
I
gosh.
was just saying, it's easier sometimes than trying to, get all of your pages on a layout. Because I know sometimes I'll get to the end of the layout and I'll have one picture left, so it's trying to finagle it.
Get another picture in.
Exactly. And
yeah, pocket pages are a good alternative or good combined with pages like these too.
Of course. And then, ladies and gentlemen, if there are any on, life got busy.
Here's where Bobbi's life got busy.
They probably wanted fed.
Let's see, feed my kids or finish my layout. That's tricky. That would be a hard decision, Bobbi.
It was priorities.
I think you made the right one, though.
And then they're in there. So if anybody's free in about 6 years when we're ready to graduate, we'll be having a scrapbooking party here at
Bobbi will be finishing up. But the thing is, you got them together. You got your pictures. They're in the sleeve. And so when you get time, you can go back and do those very easily.
Of course, if it's slower later today, I guess I'll just do it.
I'm trying to make things positive for you here, Bobbi. I think a lot of us have busy schedules and have experienced what you have experienced. Yep. So it's good to see maybe something we could do.
Yep, and it's just a great way to kind of have it in there. And I'm sure there's perfect paper either somewhere in my treasures at home, or I can just step right up to the side and go to our farm department and get the pigs and the cows and do everything like that. So there's that one.
But you know what, Bobbi? Your pictures are printed.
Yes.
And do you know how many pictures I have that are just not even printed? So I think that's a big, huge plus.
Yes, and that's something I try to do every event or every, Christmas, print them all.
That's a good idea.
And just so they're there, and I can't even tell you what it is, but I put them in that, and so when I go to a crop or have free time, they're already printed, and I don't have to worry about running to Walgreens. But there's that one. Here's just a simple pages with Bryce for school when 3rd grade, and just using some of our paper, getting their pictures on it so that they have.
And really, Bobbi, a lot of people right now are trying to make school albums because they have seniors. And
yes.
This is a nice way to do it when you add their photo and then their school picture and
different things teachers.
About them with the teacher or first day of school or whatever it might be.
Yep.
So
they're in there. Of course, we had the year of COVID where we didn't have some of the pictures, but hey, I tried. Again, it's in there.
Look at that. He's so cute.
He's a little ham. And this year we made it to 5th grade.
We made it to 5th.
6th grade.
6th grade.
7th grade is sitting on my desk at home. I still haven't even put them in the frames at home. So
that's your next step.
That's on my to-do list.
Awesome. That's
to-do
great.
list and whatnot. And I guess the last one I will show you that I like to do, I know people probably heard it, but I do make albums for others, which keeps me busy. But this is just using some of the product here and some of our paper. I know I've talked to some of you guys about Cricut. I'm a Cricut user, not a Cameo user, but I've had Cricut since day one.
So you started with that little 6-inch Cricut?
I did, yes.
Do you use the design studio then, Bobbi?
I do.
Is that how you design things?
I use design, and honestly, I do a lot of it on my phone. That is why I went to an Apple user. I was a Samsung girl, and then they said, oh, you can do all of it with an Apple.
I didn't know you could do it on your Apple.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So, yeah, just this is for really one of my girlfriends. For all she has to do is just put the baby's pictures. They baptized them. Get those in there. Cut out my little squirrels, my little skunk.
Those are cute. See what you can do with your Cricut or your Cameo or whatever electronic maybe a brother. I don't know if you can do this with the brother machines or not. We've never had those.
I have a brother. I haven't gone to this. I just cut out my stamps around my stamps when I mass produce.
This is really cute. Bobbi has done invitations for people and albums for people, and I don't know how you find the time for it, but she does somehow.
Sometimes it's easier to do other people's
well,
than your own, because they kind of give you direction, where with ours it's kind of like, okay, what am I going to use?
Where do I go?
So yeah, so that's me.
Very cute. Very cute, Bobbi.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been fun working here. It's been fun knowing
nice.
all of, everyone. And I think the one thing for me has been the staff, just even when I was a customer, coming to Memory Bound and just being like, okay, my mom comes from Colorado, and
your mom says hello, by the way.
Oh, she does. Hi, Mom.
Yes. Hey, Mom. Now it's where, on award shows or whatever, you go, I want to thank my mother.
Yes. She has paid for some stuff in here, I'm sure.
Yes, I got to meet your mom.
Yes, you guys do meet my mom when she comes up. Usually she's here in November when we're doing the Christmas thing and whatnot. So she's, like I said, she's bought me some stuff and has helped support my habit, and I've made her many things. I have a calendar. I'll bring it in a couple weeks, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
I do calendars. So my idea with the calendars is I've made my mom a calendar every year for Christmas with the boys' pictures on it. And the idea is when the boys graduate, she brings them back, and I put them in one of our albums. And guess what, guys? I have 17, 18 years worth of
I think
albums
that's
completed.
The cool thing about doing calendars is you can take them apart, and then you have layouts, which is perfect.
Yes.
Which is perfect.
Yep. And I know she and my dad enjoy them and seeing them and whatnot. So, yeah.
Well, and people are saying thank you for sharing, Bobbi. This is very interesting. So when you call Memory Bound in the evening or on the weekend, and Bobbi answered, you now know a little bit more about Bobbi and her family and her crafting. And going to see if we have any questions. I don't see any questions. And Bobbi, thank you so much, and thanks for coming in on a Sunday.
Of course.
And bringing your layout in and your albums is very fun to see. I think a lot of people are busy parents, and they totally get it. And I think you've accomplished a lot for having twins. So you got it all going on at the same time. So I think that is wonderful.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys, and look forward to meeting you, those that I haven't and talked to. And like she said, I'm here on usually nights and weekends.
Yep, you'll find Bobbi then. And here's her layout. And I hope you all have a wonderful day today. And come in and see Bobbi. She's working today. So if you're in today, she'll be here today. Otherwise, we're going to be back tomorrow. And on our schedule tomorrow, I got to look and see. Do you see it here, Bobbi? I think it might be Teresa.
Teresa, she's doing the Update Me in 23 and her introduction.
So tomorrow we'll be doing Meet the Staff with Teresa. So we'll be back tomorrow at 9:30. And thanks everyone for joining us today on a Sunday to meet Bobbi. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.